Hi, thank you for your question. So before I get into this, I just want to show you three different collages. So all of these pictures, every single one of them is me when I presented as a woman. Every single one of these pictures is me when I presented as a woman. Every one of these pictures is me as I presented as a woman. For the first 25 years of my life or so, I literally felt like I was in survival mode. I had no idea how to be a woman. And I'll get people on here that will say, there's no right way to be a woman. There's all different ways to be a woman. No right way. And I agree. But there's also no right way to be a woman when you're just simply not one. Because of this, throughout the years, I literally would just watch women that I knew, people I looked up to, people that were just around me, and I would adapt, parts of their styles, their mannerisms, etc. I would constantly, transform into just a completely different aesthetic, hoping that just one way would feel right. Just one way. If there could only be just one way that I could present, and I'd be like, this is the one. I feel comfortable now. This is it. And I never found it until I started transitioning. So when I was about I'd say it was either 25 or 26, I started hormones. I got top surgery maybe a year later. Having the ability to medically transition was just astronomical for me. I remember going on hormones, it was just the definition of freedom for me. It felt like such freedom. That feeling I was always looking for of, this is it. Now I know. I got that when I started testosterone, when I started to medically and socially transition. But, it was 2.5 years down the line, my liver started to fail, I started to have liver issues, and then at the 3-year mark I ended up discontinuing testosterone because my liver was not reacting well and I was facing liver failure if I stayed on it. This time was probably one of the most disheartening and scary times in my life, and I've been through a lot, man. As a disclaimer, like I said, I've had top surgery, but this was me, just to give you a visual, what I looked like, pretty shortly before I stopped testosterone. So I passed every day as male. To be honest, if I grew my facial hair out and dyed it and my hair, like I did back then, I'd pass also. I just don't feel like putting in the effort now. But back then, that was terrifying to me. Everything might revert and I might not pass in public. Socially, I felt like it was really scary. Also, the thought of just watching everything I was so excited about just fade away. I felt like it'd be easier to just rip the band-aid off and present as a woman again. I only lasted a month and a half.